This is an RC View training on dispatching, updated June 29th, 2016. During this training, we will cover the differences between automatic and manual dispatch. We will discuss how automatic dispatch works, what notifications look like during the automatic dispatch process. We will also discuss how to tell if an event is successfully dispatched, and we will then describe how to manually dispatch an event. First things first, you have to log and save the event. Remember that in RC View, everything is a record until told otherwise. A record can become a call if require red cross action equals no. A record will become an event if require red cross action equals yes. So if red cross action is required, that's going to be an event. We're going to need to dispatch it. So if that's yes, we click OK, and you'll then see the row of that event shown in the event widget on your dashboard. You'll notice, however, that the county field is blank, even though you put in an address above, and the notify field is blank, and also event status will say dispatch. This is because a workflow has to run that will determine whether this is a manual or an automatic dispatch process. You have to wait approximately 45 seconds for the workflow to run. The workflow can run in as short as 10 seconds or as long as 45 seconds. When the workflow has completed its course, you will see a blue rectangular pop-up in the lower right-hand corner of your screen with the event information as well as the event type. We'll say it's saved. You'll notice that your dashboard changes where you have a county populated as well as the notify field saying either automatic or manual. If it's manual, there's a lot you're going to have to do. If it's automatic, hopefully, there's very little you have to do as a dispatcher. Let's talk about automatic dispatch. The dispatch protocol follows the dispatch standard operating procedure, in which we call a duty officer, backup, reserve, DPS, DPM, senior DPM, RDO, DDD, and then finally DDE. You'll notice that the system will try each of those roles or each of those individuals twice. After each attempt, it will wait 5 minutes before the second attempt, and then after another 5 minutes, it will go to the next person on the list. That person can be contacted by either phone, SMS, or email, and that is determined by them as they update their own personal preferences. If one of these positions is left blank, the system will skip it and move to the next person listed down the list. Regional leadership can receive notifications through RC View. These notifications can come in as emails or as text messages, and you see they contain a good bit of detailed information. There is no action required. This is simply a passive notification saying that an event has been created within your region. Here's a heads up. Duty officers, however, receive notifications that require action. Duty officers can receive contact via email, via SMS text, or via a voice phone call. With respect to emails, all emails will come from rcview@americanredcross.org, and they'll look something like this. It says new dispatch, please confirm receipt, and you'll see critical dispatch information and then a link at the bottom which you can click. Clicking that link will take you on your phone to a new web browser pop-up that says your acknowledgement has been successfully recorded. This means you have acknowledged receipt and you have taken over the dispatch process. For SMS texts, all texts come from a short code, which is, as you see here, a 5-digit number. So you could save that in your phone as dispatch notifications. The number is 25669. We'll say new dispatch, please confirm receipt with some critical dispatch information. Please confirm receipt by replying with code yes. If you receive multiple dispatches, which could happen before you're able to reply with yes, you may notice a different word it will be a positive confirmation word. It may not say yes. It may say okay. It may say confirm. It may say accept. Once you send that, again, you have received the message and you've also acknowledged it, which means the dispatch has been passed off to you. For voice calls, all notification calls come from, again, a singular number, 855-243-3815. So you can go ahead and save that in your phone. You'll hear a voice recording when you pick up the phone. You'll have to say hello. That triggers a voice prompt to start speaking, and you'll hear a voice prompt with critical event information to which you will follow the voice prompts and press a number to acknowledge positive receipt of that message and take the event. As a dispatcher, sometimes even in that automatic dispatch process, no resources may be available. You could see a couple different pop-ups. So far we looked at a blue one. You might see a red one, you might see an orange one. For the red ones, it means that there were no resources found. This could mean that there was not a schedule created or there was no schedule with active duty officers or anyone placed on call. So it would say there's no resources available and you've been assigned a task. So this means you now need to do something. You may also see that there are no contact preferences stated. Somebody could be scheduled, but they may not have updated their contact preferences. In this case, you would need to go and inform the person they need to update their contact preferences, but at least the system's telling you about it. If you see the red pop-ups, resources are not found, that really means there's something you now have to do. You have to basically switch from automatic to a manual process. You'll see as part of the event information, there could be manual dispatch tasks. And you'll see here, no response for automatic dispatch. It's assigned to me. Here's the time, and then there's action required. I can check that box, complete selected tasks once I have completed the task of dispatching that event out. This really means I'm flipping to manual, so we'll discuss that in the manual dispatch process. But first, we're going to look at how the dispatch screen changes for an automatic dispatch. So you'll see three different boxes. One is a duty officer schedule and notification to region type. This simply tells you that for this event, it's looking up this scheduled name. It is this kind of notification. So we see here it's automatic. Pretty simple. That's just a quick glance for you to use to help process the information around the event. Below that, you'll next see an on-call duty officer regional leadership box that has roles that people are currently scheduled in. So they're on shift, and you'll see here the name, and if they've got contact preferences set up, you'll see SMS, cell, work, or home numbers. So what you would simply do is just call your way down that list from the top down to the bottom until somebody picks that up. If it's an automatic process, what this simply tells you is this is who the system is calling and how they are calling them. For the automatic dispatch logs, what you'll notice is it will tell you where the system is in the process of the entire dispatch. So first is you will see a first attempt to contact. You may see quite quickly somebody who has acknowledged receipt. You might see a second attempt to contact. You might see first attempt for a backup or first attempt for a reserve. Then you'll see the date and time so you can track the automated process. Next, let's talk about the fields in the event form that get auto-completed. You don't need to worry about either of these two fields right now. These are for later releases in RC View. First, we're going to see that the system will check certain boxes for the contacts that are tried. So you might see duty officer, backup, reserve, DPS if it had to try all of them. You'll see notification type, whether it's automatic or manual. Nothing you can touch there, just some situational awareness. You'll also see the positive contact, meaning the person who accepted the dispatch. You'll see their first and last name. You'll also see their phone number, and you'll see their title. So you see duty officer, and then duty officer was tried. Pretty straightforward. The event status piece, that is automatic, so no need to touch that. However, the positive contact date and time will tell you exactly when that individual accepted the dispatch. Now let's talk about the manual dispatch process. The dispatch protocol is exactly the same. So as a dispatcher, you're going to call the duty officer, wait 5 minutes, try them again, wait 5 minutes, go to the backup, etc., 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 down the list. So whether it's a manual or an automated process, nothing changes. Now let's talk about what the dispatch screen looks like for a manual dispatch. Again, we're still trying to get from dispatch to assignment. However, we'll see that for the name of the duty officer schedule, the notification type will be manual. We'll still see our list of duty officer on-call individuals. However, our manual dispatch tasks and our automated dispatch logs will be blank because, again, the manual dispatch tasks are only associated with automated dispatch logs, and the automated dispatch log won't exist simply because it is a manual dispatch. The event form here will need to be filled out for a manual dispatch. You'll be checking boxes and typing in information and selecting from a drop-down as well as selecting a date and time. You'll have to fill these in, and these are the fields that need to be filled in for a manual dispatch. Contact stride, positive contact, first and last name, the phone number, title, and date and time. Now let's take a look at RC View and see what it all looks like on the screen. So you would go ahead and create a new call. New call form will show up, and let me adjust this. You'll fill in the event address information. Wait for the latitude and longitude to populate. Select, click OK. Caller first name, last name. We'll put in the phone number here. And we're going to say this requires Red Cross action. That's all I'm going to put in right now. And I'll click OK. Field will save, dashboard will refresh. You'll see I've got the address here. The county is blank. Again, the workflow is running, so there's no state as well. I know that this needs to be dispatched, but I don't yet know what kind of dispatch it needs to be. So I'm going to wait for the system to run. In this case, I would actually, as a dispatcher, make myself available, be ready to take additional calls, and if need be, if it were to be a manual schedule, I can quickly scroll down and see which schedules I have, and as long as it shows orange as a dispatch, I know it still needs action. Let's take a look at an automatic dispatch here. You'll see the workflow finished, the information was saved, and there were no contact preferences that were stated. So there was that orange box. When I look in here, the system is looking up the duty officer schedule, if there's any regional leadership associated with the dispatch, and you'll see here manual dispatch tasks and the automated dispatch log. So you'll see here there were no notifications set. It tried the person again 5 minutes later. It then tried any duty officer, no resources available, no response. So this one was all screwy, but again, the system captured all of it. I can see here that I, as the dispatcher, captured the information earlier today, and action is required. So if I have done this, I can go ahead and complete the selected task. And you'll see here for the actual schedule, it works its way down the schedule. And I, as a dispatcher, would need to move my way down if it were a manual dispatch. Again, this is an automated dispatch. The only way I would do this is if the automated process failed. And again, the dashboard refreshes every 15 seconds. So this way, in case something changed, we know about it right away, but I simply work my way top to bottom. Let's go back to home here so we can go take a look at the other dispatch that we created. In this event, I now have District of Columbia, and it's an automated schedule. So in a perfect world, this gets dispatched out, person receives the message, confirms, and then this would change to green assignment. Let's go back to the schedule here. Let's find an automated dispatch that went out successfully. Let's look at this one here. It's in the green assignment phase. I can see that it was an automatic schedule. This widget is going to have to update as well as these two here. And you'll see here there are no manual tasks. Duty officer was attempted on the first attempt, and approximately 2 minutes later, it says here Travis acknowledged receipt of the dispatch. And there still is somebody scheduled as on-call regional leadership. So that shows you how to either automatically or manually dispatch an event. It also talks about how to fix a broken dispatch process, meaning no one acknowledged receipt for an automated dispatch, and therefore we had to manually dispatch it. And we've also navigated around the event screen, as well as each of the different widgets that talk us through the dispatch process. This concludes the dispatching training. Thank you.